In the mid-1980s, the Oprah Winfrey Show had its first episode. After years of racism and discrimination towards the black community, a black woman succeeding was something extraordinary. The black community has worked hard to get to where they are now. The black community has experienced discrimination in the entertainment industry for many years. Things like blackface, whitewashing, and stigmas have really kept the community from advancing far in the industry. Blackface has been around since the beginning. Blackface is when a non-black performer uses makeup to portray a black role. It originated with slaves and how people saw them. Many different characters were created when blackface first started, like Zeb Coon. Zeb Coon made fun of freed people's attempts to integrate into society. He was one of many characters that were all the same, racist and stereotypical. All these characters set the future of blackface and years of oppression in Hollywood. Blackface was a long time ago, but there have been a couple cases of it sprinkled throughout modern day. Whitewashing is another thing that has kept black and other people of color from getting far in the industry. Whitewashing is when white actors are cast as characters that were previously people of color. In the past, whitewashing was used to avoid casting black talent, and usually involved racist stereotypes. A good example is the Charlie Chan character. The actor squinted his eyes and had pointy eyebrows, and facial hair similar to Chinese stereotypes at the time. Granted, there probably weren't as many Chinese actors at the time, but it doesn't really excuse the stereotypes that were used. In the modern day, whitewashing is most prominent in movie adaptations. Whitewashing mainly affects Asian actors, but it's something that almost every race has seen happen to them. Whitewashing has kept talent of color from getting roles. Big blockbuster movies have missed opportunities to add much needed diversity to their projects. Ghost in the Shell, a 2017 film, missed the opportunity to have a blockbuster with a large Asian cast. The casting of Scarlett Johansson as the main character is somewhat excusable, as having a white lead would make the film more marketable in North America, which is what the filmmakers were going for. But also whitewashing the rest of the supporting cast seems to be a bad move. Whitewashing has mainly affected the Asian community, but it's something that has kept all people of color from advancing. The Oprah Winfrey Show premiered on September 8, 1986. Oprah had a rough childhood, being sent to live to different places and spending years living in a dangerous neighborhood.
I remember the first night entering into that house and being told that I wouldn't be able to sleep with my mother and I wouldn't be able to sleep inside the house, but there was a little foyer porch before you actually got inside the house. And I was put outside to sleep there.
Nevertheless, Oprah exceeded in school. She was very involved, participating in the drama and debate club and in the student council. Oprah got a full scholarship to Tennessee State University after winning an Elks Club speaking contest. She was hired at a radio station where she read the afternoon news. Oprah was offered a job at CBS during her sophomore year. In 1984, she took over AM Chicago as anchor. The show wasn't very profitable before her, but after she decided to change the topic of the show from women's interests to current and often controversial topics, the show experienced a huge boost in ratings. After only 3 months, the show was far more successful. Oprah then starred in the 1985 movie The Color Purple, another quote, black film. From there, Oprah's popularity skyrocketed. AM Chicago was renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show. The distributor, King World, bought the rights to other programs on television, and The Oprah Winfrey Show that we know and love today was born. She has been credited for making the tabloid talk show as popular as it is today. At the time, the only big-name tabloid was Phil Donahue, host of The Phil Donahue Show. Today, over 100 talk shows exist, and many more are in the works. The Oprah Winfrey Show ended, but Oprah shows no sign of stopping. She currently hosts segments of 60 Minutes and is starring in Disney's A Wrinkle in Time. Still, black actors have a hard time finding roles. Most blockbusters have large white casts, with black actors as side characters. Black actors, when cast in leading roles, are mainly playing slaves or starring, quote, black films. These films are typically given a smaller budget and have a much smaller release. There has been some success with Oscar-nominated movies like Moonlight and Hidden Figures. Although movies like these are a good example that black actors are only being cast in movies about the importance of diversity or struggles within the black community. Diversity is important, of course, and there are many real struggles going on in the black community that need to be addressed. But black actors are only getting these type of roles. Compared to other films nominated at the 89th Academy Awards, like La La Land or Hell and High Water, these movies are less political and much more mainstream. Politics in movies aren't necessarily a bad thing, but that's also black actors have available to them. Even more mainstream movies like Black Panther are seen as, quote, black films. It's disheartening seeing people fail to realize how important a movie like this is to the black community. A community which has never seen a movie of this size with a large black cast. It might be hard for non-black people to see this as more than just a movie. But a movie with black leads, mostly dark-skinned leads nonetheless, is something that means a lot to the black community. Hollywood has a history of casting black actors with lighter skin when they actually have black parts. It's something, but more than one type of black person exists. The amount of representation is something that should inspire many people around the world. Famous black people like Oprah have definitely been responsible in opening the door for such movies to exist. Hollywood is a business after all, so their success disproves the idea that movies with black leads can't be successful. Oprah herself has been very inspirational to many black individuals around the world. Her enormous success is a sign of change. A black woman reaching success in the 1980s was pretty revolutionary, and times have been improving ever since. More and more black actors are being cast in movies, and people aren't going to let Hollywood get away with some of the stuff that they used to be able to. There is definitely a want for more diversity in big blockbuster movies, and Hollywood has been willing to provide more for the most part. Star Wars, for example, went from having an alt-white cast in the 70s to having a leading cast consisting of a woman and a black man. Oprah's own A Wrinkle in Time has a young black girl as the lead. Pacific Rim Uprising and Ocean's 8 are other big blockbusters with a black lead. With the giant success of Star Wars and Black Panther, Hollywood can no longer ignore these demographics. People will come to see these movies. They will make money. So now, there are very little excuses as to why movies aren't more diverse. We, as a society, have gone from accepting things like blackface and whitewashing to demanding more diversity and fair treatment of people of color.